have never had a aviation film in Indian cinema's history. Technology is not our strength as a country.
Technically, we can. I mean, this film is made in India. So
Because of our budgets, we've been only playing in a certain zone.
a film like this has been made in their country about their forces who are out there and protecting their lives so that they can sleep at night and they can troll other people safely. They are out there protecting them, so honor them.
How happy are you from the performances which three of them have done?
I am extremely thrilled with their performances and I think they have made
कमाल अंदाज के साथ फाइटर जो है वो हर घर तक पहुंच रही है. And I don't know what's all happening in the news, but what I can say is that जज्बा और हौसला बुलंद है यहाँ के लोगों का, वहाँ के लोगों का और यहाँ के लोगों का. Welcome you to Filming and I'm Sayadi. Congratulations, you're doing so good.
Yes, thank
in
you.
life and real दोनों में.
सब
है ना?
कृपा है.
सब कृपा है. Firstly, how you're so young? We were talking this behind the camera. I want to take it to the camera as well. कैसे? जवानी का क्या राज है?
I think success. Happiness. God is kind. God is kind.
That's a good answer. So,
God is kind.
इतनी
Touch wood. Yeah. That's not wood.
whatever. It's good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You can see the jazba, right? How are you feeling? The film is doing too good, right? A lot of fights are happening in between the, जो विचार विमर्श चल रहे हैं, वो fighters जो हैं वो ज़मीन पर उतर आए हैं फिलहाल. Keeping that all aside, how is the feel of Sid and you, sir?
I think it's we're feeling on top of the world. we are on the fighter jet, and it's just been so whirlwind this entire last 2 weeks. And the reactions pouring in from across the world is phenomenal. I've just got onto social media, so suddenly I have access to everybody in the world, and my inbox is flooded with how happy people are watching this film, because here we have set out and made a film that each of them should be proud of. That a film like this has been made in their country about their forces who are out there and protecting their lives so that they can sleep at night and they can troll other people safely. They are out there protecting them, so honor them. This is a film with single-minded focus to pay a tribute to the Air Force. So I think the joke is on them when they criticize it.
What are your views on the same thing he has just said, that a lot of things are happening no matter whatever it is?
Look, as I said, you can only have a point of view when you look at the total picture. So what did we set out to do? We have never had a aviation film in Indian cinema's history. We've always done new genres. We've always taken say creative risks, and we've always gone to new areas to make different kind of films. If you see the entire body of work, you will rarely find a formula standard film coming out of Viacom 18 Studios. So in that sense, we've been doing the hard part. Okay, this was an opportunity to therefore do the hard part of making what has never been done, which is to make the first true blue aviation film. Technology is not our strength as a country. We're great at art, we're great at emotions, but it's a strong suit of the West, right?
Because of budgets only, I think.
And
mainly
it comes
a
from
question of
budgets.
budgets.
Yeah, it comes from
Otherwise,
budget.
technically we can. I mean, this film is made in India, so we can. It's
Yes.
question of
I'm
budget,
talking about
basically.
the tradition of Indian cinema. That because of our budgets, we've been only playing in a certain zone, right? So in that context, we set out with the ambition to make a world-class product with my sister company, which is Paramount, having a top gun. So that takes some audacity to say we can make, it's also a question of who are you comparing yourself. So we do that, and people don't talk about that, oh, the effects were not good, or the planes were looking tacky, or the film actually, just didn't take off, and what have we tried to make? No, the film is complimented, accepted, celebrated across the world. A lot of overseas audience, which is also exposed to a whole lot of global cinema, laps it up. Film does well in India. I think the collections are seen from the numbers itself. There is a claim, as we said, the Air Force, most of all, because for a creative person, there is always a motivation from where, as Siddharth was saying, to begin. We are making it to celebrate our Air Force. And when we went and showed the film to them, and in that room when they gave us that standing ovation, I think that's a big part of validation, fulfillment. So if you ask me, I am feeling very contented, fulfilled. And we are not done as yet. I think, being very impatient right now, because the film is not even completed 2 weeks run. point of a
Also,
lot
how
more
do
to
you
come.
see the Bollywood era which is happening now? ये तो films like Animal are happening. अभी giant pictures बनने लगी हैं, rom-com जो है थोड़ा गायब होने लगा है, romance से लोग ऊब गए हैं. What is happening? How do you see this? Like, because you are the people making it all.
I think ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आप अच्छी पिक्चर बनाओगे तो चलेगा. उन्होंने रॉकी जाली बनाई थी, चल गई थी. एंड ओ माई गॉड 2 बनाई, चल गई. एनिमल किसी ने सोचा कि यार अडल्ट पिक्चर है, 3.5 घंटे की पिक्चर है, कैसे चलेगी. पठान वॉज अ फिल्म दैट इतना बड़ा बजट था एंड शाहरुख खान सर वॉज कमिंग बैक आफ्टर 4 years, कैसे चलेगी, क्या होगा. एंड इट जस्ट वॉज द फर्स्ट फिल्म दैट डिड 500 crores plus. Eventually did 1,000 crores. So there is no pattern यार, कुछ नहीं. पिक्चर अच्छी बनाओ, वो जनता को पसंद आएगी और वो चलेगी. So there is nothing कि कुछ अभी नहीं चल रहा है. आप पिक्चर अच्छी बनाओ, चलेगी.
Also there's this thing that OTT के आने के बाद बहुत सारी पिक्चर्स जो पता होती हैं डायरेक्टर्स प्रोड्यूसर्स को कि वो थिएटर्स में नहीं चलेंगी, तो दे ट्राई कि हम OTT के थ्रू उसको रिलीज करते हैं, विच इज़ फेयर इनफ नाउ बिकॉज हमारे पास वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स अवेलेबल हैं, राइट. बट आर यू OTT पर्सन योर सेल्फ? लाइक डू यू ऑल्सो वॉन्ट कि थिएटर्स का कभी नहीं है, चलो OTT will also switch to?
No, look, what OTT has done is actually quite the contrary. It is really making us all work harder now to very sharply focus on what is called a theatrical product.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk about pre-COVID, pre-OTT. Even if you make, let's say, a film which conventionally may not be called a bade parde ki film, you know, we've done tons of them. We've done Queen, we've done Andhadhun,
Yep.
and you may call them, you know, but are these, you know, films which will be made for theaters? They have done tons of numbers in theaters, you know. So I think what has happened is post the OTT arrival, you have had to make a very sharp selection of what kind of a film will appeal to theatrical, and I think that's why a film like Fighter is again a very important achievement, because it tells you that there is another route, you know, which is through this kind of action, which is this kind of world which has never been seen, and it's a perfect film for a large screen with all sorts of formats, whether it's 3D IMAX, you know, and that's why this has been done. So I think OTT is putting pressure, and it's for us as makers to respond with big stuff, different stuff, and not keep on going to the same formulaic stuff and say we'll only make this, you know.
That is happening. Also, I want to know the functioning of both of you guys, because of course you are the people behind it all. How do you function in real life? Like, which music do you listen to? How do you spend your छुट्टी वाला दिन?
छुट्टी
वाला दिन.
What is that?
बाकी तो I know that.
वो क्या होता है?
But still, whenever you're getting off, like, how do you spend your time with family?
I think
Excepting the fightings happening at home, of course.
यार फैमिली टाइम मिलता नहीं है. आई थिंक वो निकालना पड़ता है, एंड वो अभी निकालूंगा मैं. लास्ट 2-3 साल से तो मुझे टाइम वक्त मिला ही नहीं है. आई हैव सॉर्ट ऑफ not been able to give that much time to it. पठान एंड फाइटर 2-3 साल में यू नो कैसे निकल गए. अब मैं अपने पर्सनल लाइफ के लिए वक्त निकालूंगा. गुड क्वेश्चन, एज आई एम लीविंग नाउ.
Wonderful it is.
नहीं, और इनके लिए अच्छा है क्योंकि ममता तो इनके साथ रहती हैं, तो ये मेरे लिए फिल्म पे बड़ा मुश्किल हो गया कि मैं तो अकेला ही था. बट आई थिंक द इम्पॉर्टेंट एट अ मोर सीरियस पॉइंट इज आई डोंट थिंक इट्स sufficiently understood or appreciated in terms of the turnaround of a film of this level, this technical finesse and this quality. You know, I think only us who have been in the making in those, you know, late nights and I'm saying late night because, you know,
early mornings,
late nights, everything merged into it. The kind of outdoors that happened, I think just look at the scale, and that has hardly left honestly any time, and barely we had finished shoot and we had to go and release the film, and this has been a massive release. We're talking 100 country release here, you know. So I think everything has been so hectic and so intense on the film that this thought has popped only now when you've asked the question.
Then we give time to the family.
It's a good question then. You should really consider it, because I am also facing the same problem, because
Crisis.
of course I'm shooting. I had 4 interviews today and this is the second one, then I have 2 more interviews.
Go to
So
your
I'm
family, man.
Family man should be there anyway.
Yeah.
Also sensual content की अगर मैं बात करूँ, kisses, all sexy scenes are supposed to be in the film now.
Really? ऐसा नहीं
That's something that people are saying and commenting क्या ही फायदा. You see Tripti Dimri has worked so good, but she was only all over the India जब उनके वो scenes जो थे Animal में दिखाए गए. So that's also being talked a lot. Do you agree to this, or you believe in your content?
Your content. ऐसा नहीं है कि there should be I mean it depends on the film, yeah, and the filmmaker and what the demand of the film is. Yeah, you don't ठूसो things in just because ये बिकता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं बिकता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, and अच्छी पिक्चर बिकती है और कुछ
How
नहीं।
happy are you from the performances which three of them have done?
I am extremely thrilled with their performances, and I think they have made each character their own. And I stopped calling them Ritik, Deepika, and Anil sir. I called them Patty, Rocky, and Minnie, which is what is a credit to them.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. I'm really sorry because I know a lot
have to
of
go to
things
the family?
happening. No, of course that.
Acha,
Also, you also have a lot of interviews. I don't want you to get bored.
No?
I believe you enjoyed this conversation.
You got bored?
No, I'm not.
तो फिर क्या है?
आपके साथ कोई बोर हो सकता है? आपने पूरा ट्विटर हिलाया हुआ है. Anyway, taking your message to the जनता because they want to see your products more and more.
Yes.
And you're rocking.
Yes.
With a lot of Rockies in the films. Anyway, so please give a message to जनता.
Watch Fighter this weekend in 3D, 2D, IMAX, 4D, 4DX, ICE, whatever you want, man. Just go and watch.
Thank you.
In fact, this is a good time to talk about the new song that we have
Yes,
put in
actually,
the film.
right.
Yeah.
You're
so-
lucky if you've not watched it. From Friday, there's a new song, Bekar Dil, in theaters near you.
I think it's
And
after
wait.
many years that a film has been re-released with a new song. It happened back in Dil. So
Dil mein hua
even
tha
this is
aise.
another first, by the way.
And also, Ish Jaisa Kuch is after the end credits, 1 minute after the end credits. Wait for Ish Jaisa Kuch. Don't leave.
Wonderful it is. गाने का नाम बेकार दिल हो सकता है, इनके दिल बहुत अच्छे हैं, मेरा भी. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep rocking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.